Hello, good morning. This is your daily outlook for Thursday, the 29th of March. The euro recorded gains even at private loans change for February came out positive but worse than expected. The private loans figures refer to the total value of loans issued by banks to the private sector. As borrowing and spending are positively correlated and spending is needed for growth, this latest reading is particularly worrisome. It appears that banks are not passing the cheap money borrowed from the European Central Bank via the first long-term refinancing operations to individuals and companies. Against the Australian dollar, the single currency advanced to 128.19 from 127.59, recording a three-month high. The US dollar produced gains as crude oil inventories came out higher than expected and core durable goods orders as expected. Against the Japanese yen, the greenback dropped to 82.83 from 83.05. As the month approaches its end, Japanese fund repatriation needed for closing the books should be expected to affect the dollar yen to some extent. Versus the Canadian dollar, the US dollar rose to 0.9978 from 0.9957. The Australian dollar plunged to 103.91 from 104.42 against the US dollar, and the British pound took a dive against the greenback, opening at 159.52 and closing at 158.90. This came as the fourth quarter GDP was released lower than the market consensus. Looking at commodities, we saw oil prices fall to $105.22 from $106.54 a barrel. Gold dropped to $1,664.80 from $1,680.92 an ounce. Against the euro, gold retraced to €1,249.17 from €1,262.21 an ounce. And silver fell to $32.15 from $32.59 an ounce. Now let's take a look at what the currencies are doing this morning. The euro-dollar pivot point is at 133.35 with a preference to enter into short positions at 133.25. The dollar-yen pivot point is at 82.50 with a preference to enter into long positions at 82.55. The Aussie-dollar pivot point is at 104.05 with a preference to enter into short positions at 104. The sterling dollar pivot point is at 158.80 with a preference to enter into long positions at 158.90. And the dollar CAD pivot point is at 0.9965 with a preference to enter into long positions at 0.9970. Looking at commodities, the oil pivot point is at 105.80 with a preference to enter into short positions at 105.80. The gold pivot point is at 1671 with a preference to enter into short positions at 1671. And the silver pivot point is at 32.30 with a preference to enter into short positions at 32.30. And of course, for more up-to-date information, please visit us at easy-forex.com. And on the calendar, the market movers are the German retail sales month on month for February. They are out and as forecasted at 1.2%. Canadian GDP month on month for January forecast to rise 0.1%. And the US core personal consumption expenditure index month on month forecast to expand by 0.1%. Now on to equities. In Europe, we saw the FTSE down 1.15%, the DAX down 1.77% and the CAC down 1.43%. In the US, the SP 500 was down 0.16% and the Dow was down 0.15%. In Asia at the time of writing, the Nikkei was down 0.31% and the Hang Seng was down 0.64%. This has been your Daily Outlook. I'm Emma and Joe from the Easy Forex Dealing Room. Have a good weekend.
Not only have you found a great place for Forex news, you found a great place to trade it. Registration is easy. Just click Join Now. Membership has its unique benefits, such as the freeze rate, the trade simulator, the inside viewer, and personal dealers. Your personal account manager is waiting for you now.